Christa O'Leary, owner and founder of Home in Harmony Designs. We are a commercial and residential firm. I've been in business 20 years, hard to believe. I'm also a best-selling author. My book, Home in Harmony, Designing an Inspired Life, which is all about my philosophy on the importance of our home environment, actually became a bestseller in 6 countries. About 4 years ago, we opened a boutique. It actually started as a headquarters because Home in Harmony was expanding so quickly that we needed a headquarters. But then we're on a really cute little street on the South Shore of Boston, and people kept popping in. So we decided to open our doors and create a retail spot, a boutique that's curated, and we love our little store. I'm also a hockey mom. I have 4 beautiful kids between the ages of 18 and 24. So I'm blessed with 4 really great kids and a wonderful husband who are all super supportive of what I do and my dream of home in harmony and doing fun things with everyone's houses. People will come into my home and they would say, oh gosh, like your home is so beautiful and it feels so calm and serene. Like, how is this possible with 4 children? And then they would say, can you come into my home? And initially I'd be like, absolutely. So I'd go into people's homes. I would make things pretty. But then, being Western educated, I think, especially given, once you start to have your secondary degrees and so on, I felt like I really needed to understand design and all things home related, so that I could go into people's homes. Like I didn't feel, it was almost like doing therapy, but not having the tools and techniques that you're supposed to have to do it. I just didn't feel good about that. So at that point, I dove into anything and everything I could find that had to do with the home. So I was excited about feng shui, and I was excited about green design, and literally design psychology, color psychology, anything that was related to design that I could get my hands on, get certified in, that's what I would do. So here we are all these years later, and I feel as though I have all of these, what I call tools in the toolbox that allow me to assess a home environment from more than just let's make it pretty, the aesthetic is important, because obviously this aesthetic is so important when it comes to homes. But our homes are literally our recharging stations. You either walk into your home and you say, I'm home, and that recharges you, it rejuvenates you, it impacts every other area of your life. Or you walk into your home and you say, ugh, the clutter in the corner or the light bulb that needs to be changed. And that impacts every other area of your life. I started the business and actually very quickly got involved in show houses. I did one show house after the next. And my first show house had a very small room. It was a mud room. And I incorporated feng shui. And I'll never forget, my grandmother was so excited because she was reading the Hartford Courant and I was in their coffee section. So she was like, Christa, you're here with, I forget if it was Rob Lowe or something. Like they named, you're in one sentence and Rob Lowe's in another sentence. So she was all excited about that. But then from there, the second show house really was just amazing because the room, I ended up getting a first floor room right as you walked into the home. And I had created this beautiful ottoman. For some reason, I have this thing about creating ottomans. I love to do it. I love to mix fabrics and patterns and textures. And I had made this ottoman that was all Cravat fabric. And one of the founders of Cravat actually saw it and then asked if they could use the image on what was the beginning of, back 20 years ago, that was actually when the internet was really starting and people were creating blogs, and they asked to use the image. And all of a sudden I saw the image of my ottoman, and it was between a picture of Candace Olsen and Calvin Klein. And I just thought, oh my goodness, that was just such an exciting time. Back when I was in 6th grade, I can remember we moved into a new house, and it was a spec home. And at the time it was called Contemporary Cape, because there was no such thing as transitional at that time. And outside this house, there was this big globe light, and we move in, and the first thing my mom wants to do is get rid of this big globe light on the outside of the house, because she liked the idea of Cape. She didn't like the idea of contemporary. So all of a sudden I got excited, and I'm like, oh, I want that in my room. So I asked if I could take this, and I mean, it was big. It was on the outside of the house. And I took this big globe and I put it in my bedroom. But not only did I do that, I asked if they could put it on a dimmer switch. And so at night it would glow. And, I was in 6th grade, had the coolest room out of anybody out there. I think that my passion for design started, it just was born and ingrained in me.